Hello, I'm Joey, and I'm here to announce a really exciting new step for EDHREC. The site you know and love is getting a makeover. It's all the same stats, functions, and features you've enjoyed for years, but now with a sleek new design and user interface. This video is here to show off some of those cool new layouts, but also to show you some new features that have been implemented to EDHREC that folks have been waiting for a really long time. You ready? Let's get to it. New year, new look. Shout out to the team behind the scenes, including David Keats and Danny Yang, for executing on this new vision for the site. Let's do a quick walkthrough using a commander page as an example. In this case, the infamous Atraxa Praetor's Voice, and check out some of the new stuff you'll find on the site. We've got our traditional info here, such as Atraxa's popularity as a commander, recent commander community content that features this commander, such as our own EDHREC video podcast, and of course the pie chart that breaks down the average number of each card type that appears in the typical Atraxa deck. And now there's even a graph that shows the average mana curve for this commander as well. Naturally, our advanced filters are still here, so you can look for decks that do or do not include specific cards, allowing you to tailor the recommendations to your personal tastes, and find deck lists that have more in common with the strategies or cards that you like most. And of course, we can't forget about the themes. We have the two traditional ones here, budget and expensive, to show you the data from the 10% most expensive or 10% most budget-friendly decks in the database. If you're looking for specific themes, well, rather than a big crowded menu like we used to have, there's now a drop-down menu for you to use. So if you want to just see data from the deck lists that fit into a Super Friends theme or an Infect theme, you can do that with just the press of a button. That was just the commander's opening info, but one of the coolest upgrades is in the actual recommendation section itself. On the left-hand side, we've added a navigation bar to help you swiftly and easily move to the sections that you care about most. You don't have to scroll and scroll and scroll to find those instants or enchantments or utility lands now. You can just zoom right there by clicking right on those sections. And don't forget, we still have the clipboard feature on the bottom right, so if you see a card that you like and you want to make sure you remember it for later, all you have to do is click the plus sign on that card and it will save it to your clipboard. This can help you keep track of cards you found, and if you want to buy any of those cards, this list can be exported to one of our sponsors' online card shops for you to get the cards you like, and support EDHREC as you do so. Or if you want, you can export that list into a deck building website to keep that creative energy flowing. In fact, if you fill up the clipboard enough, it'll even start generating personalized recommendations for you based on the cards you've added. Here's the coolest thing though. No, for real, this is actually spectacular. Up at the top right, you'll see these different options. There's the default card view, so you can read through the cards very easily. There's also a text view option here in case you prefer things in list format. In this view, all the cards are hot links, so hovering over them will still show you the card image while you're browsing. But then there's also this table view. For those of us who love looking at card images most, it may not immediately register why this is so cool, but it is so cool. The table view breaks down the most important info we could ever need about these cards. Their name, mana cost, type, price, popularity, and all in columns that we can organize however we desire. Want to organize by price to find the most or least expensive cards? Clicking on the column sorts the whole table. Looking for the biggest spells out there? Bam! Now you can look through Atraxa's recommendations not just by popularity, but by mana cost. Heck, there's even one for the saltiest cards. If you want to find the cards that the community has deemed the most salt-inducing for your commander, there's a column for that too. And if there are columns you don't really want to see, you can check them in or out with the drop-down menu over here. Oh, and if you find cards you like while you're browsing and you want to keep track of them for later, all you have to do is click that blue check mark over there and you can add them to your clipboard. This is EDHREC with custom organization, and it is rad. We're not done yet though. Let's check out some other stuff going on here. We've always had the themes tab, but on the past site, it was a lot to try and scroll through at once, you know? Now we have a condensed table of contents for the most popular themes and deck archetypes in the format, from aristocrats to group slug, and from landfall to life gain. And of course, we cannot forget about tribal decks. If you want a list of all the best Dino tribal commanders or the cards that show up most popularly and powerfully for an elf tribal deck, we've got a comprehensive database of tribal decks that's way easy to search through. P.S. If you're playing Commander with companions, they've got their own section right here for you. The sets page has gotten an upgrade too. Now it's easy to browse a library of the most impactful commander cards from the history of Magic by just choosing from their set symbols. And of course, we've got our Precon upgrades page right here too. So if you've just picked up a Precon and you want to see the cards that folks are taking out on average and the cards that they're putting in most frequently, check out those Precon upgrade pages for sure to get some amazing recommendations. The final thing I want to show you is, man, it's really cool, and a lot of folks have been asking for it. You know how EDHREC measures the top commanders of the week, top commanders of the month, and the most popular commanders from the past 2 years? These have been a long-time staple of EDHREC, and they're awesome because the time windows help us observe trends in Commander as they occur over time. Fitting it all into one page, we've been able to observe the top 21 commanders from each section, so we can watch the new hotness when different commanders rise to fame or when they fall out of favor. But now we are actually going to implement a change to these 3 sorting methods. Why? Well, hold on to your butts. We're giving them a lot more data. Now you won't just see the top 21 from each category, you can click to see the entire list of commanders ranked by popularity. Want to know which commander is at rank 46 or number 312 or the ones in dead last? Here you go. Folks have wanted this full list of popularity for a long time, and it's finally here. Go nuts. We hope you've enjoyed this closer look at EDHREC's new look. We're really excited to share with you these cool new features that will help you find even more awesome recommendations for your commander decks. If you've got a feature idea that you would love to see implemented on the site, please feel free to let us know. And don't forget, there's more where all this came from. We've got other ideas coming down the pipeline that we just can't wait to share with you real soon. But until that time, remember, EDHREC your deck before you wreck your deck.